am super excited to be on this channel because this is a channel of educators and those who do things because they work, not necessarily because they are done. So, when Addison asked me to do this, I thought of all the things that I knew and confident enough to share with you. And this was something that has worked for me. And when I discovered this as a girl, it was super relieving of stress and lots of, does he like me? Does he not like me? And so I was like, yeah, well, I could talk about this. So yeah, so my name is Jessica Bennett, and today we're going to talk about how to let a guy know that you're interested without asking him out, and why that would matter. So let's ask the question first, why? Why would that be important to you? First thing I want to put across is that this doesn't work for everyone. Not everyone is the same. And so if you are into a guy who is more reserved, meaning you would rather make the first move, and there are guys out there who appreciate that. So do your thing. This just worked for me because I appreciate a guy who puts forth effort. I want to know before I go on a date with him that he really is interested in me. And so there are ways that I can show interest in him and still allow him to take the initiative and ask me out. But if you don't know these little things, it gets really tricky because when I was little, like 15, if I liked a guy, I couldn't even look at him. Like, oh, he's in the room. Don't look, don't look, don't look. And I couldn't talk to him, freeze up. And then he had no idea. That I was interested. So there's important things to do. Once you know them, you can let a guy know you're interested. So, here we go. 2 important pieces that need to be in a good date, in my opinion. The first is her intention. Why she's interested. And I would ask myself when I saw a guy that I was interested in, why I was interested. And if I wanted to spend time with him, appreciated what he thought and talked about, or we were just going to go do something that I had never done before, that was all good enough reasons for me to go on a date. So that had to be there before I gave the clues and indicators that I wanted to do something like that. The second important piece to me is his agency. When I say, hey, do you want to go out? Then I took away his choice, because he didn't put forth the efforts to say, take me out either. It was just my desire and decision. Once again, some guys like that, so do your thing. But these are the steps that I would show to allow him to use his agency to ask me out. So, the very first action, and a lot of this happens naturally. When you see someone that you are attracted to, you will smile, and you're actually physically drawn to them, that you'll start to lean forward, and you watch your feet. Your feet will turn towards that person. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to watch. Watch his feet. If his feet follow you, he's also interested, but people just stand, so you can't rely on that completely. But your smile. If you smile at him, watch. Watch for him to notice your smile. The second thing you want to do is watch him. Watch him. Watch what he talks about. Watch what he does. Listen. Listen to what he has to say. And then engage. When you're listening to what he has to say, when something either, remember those 3 intention pieces? It's something you want to do. It's, you like the way he thinks or the way he talks. And, oh man, forgot that first one. Just what it was that drew you to him in the first place. And it will manifest itself in what he talks about. So if you listen and you engage, talk with him. It doesn't have to be very long. Probably about 3 to 5 minutes. If you have more time, like 15, 20, even better. Because then you can start giving back and forth until there is a conversation. Without a conversation, this last piece won't work so well. So first is notice him. 2, engage. 3, leave first. This part is important. It leaves them wanting more, just a little bit. And once again, you have to go back to the intention. Why am I doing this? If it was just for self-gain, he can usually feel it. But if you're truly interested, then then this works like magic. So have somewhere to go, something to be. Get in the conversation enough that you are engaged, that he and you had a conversation, something he'll remember. And they're like, oh, I really love talking to you. We should finish this conversation. You should call me sometime. And then wait. Not for very long. Go to walk away. Slowly look for something in your purse. Go to walk away. And if he's smart, he'll be like, oh yeah, let me get your number. There, I gave him opportunity to get my number. I didn't say, here, get my number. Here, have my number. I've done that too. That works good. Like, oh, this is a great conversation. I would love to finish this. You should call me sometime. And it's like, oh, it works. Sometimes they're a little bit slow on the uptake. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Sometimes they have to think about, like, she just told me I could call her. And so the next time they see you, they get your number. Be like, hey, I wanted to call you. Didn't have your number. And that's good. He doesn't need to get it right away. The fact that he doesn't have it will make him think about it a little bit more. After you leave that line, like, oh man, say you're talking about hiking. Like, that would be so much fun. We should do that sometime. That is an open invitation to say, I would go hiking with you, without actually saying, let's go hiking. Take me out. Does that make sense? The last part, and this is what relieves all of the stress. 1, you've smiled and shown interest. 2, you've engaged. You have something in common. 3, you let him know, pretty bold in saying you should call me, that you would enjoy spending more time with him. This last piece is what brings you the peace. As you walk away, turn around, look back. 9 times out of 10, if he's interested, he'll be watching you. And you can see it. And you can walk away with a little more confidence that he might call you. This probably will happen. If he's not, then I wouldn't take a second thought. I think as girls, we worry too much about being enough. And we let the opinions of the people we find attractive or admirable influence us too much. There are a lot of good guys out there. And so if this one isn't interested, move on. Pick a new one. And that look back gives you, 1, opportunity to smile at them one more time and leave that impression that says, I really was interested in you. And 2, if he's not looking at you, you don't have to worry about him anymore. It saves us weeks of like, is he going to call me? Does he like me? Can I do that? If he isn't, he isn't. And if he is, you know, and you've given him opportunity to now act. And the kind of men I like in my life are the ones who will. Guys go for what they want, in my book. So, as you go on with your relationships, I would smile. Practice these things. If the guy isn't interested, at least you practiced these steps. And, man, it sure is freeing. Good luck. Love lots.